Watson, who's going to be telling us about foster carers. Hello everybody, hello ladies and gentlemen, thank you for hanging around. The score is 0-0. I am a secondary school teacher, so if you want to heckle me, it's 1-1, 1-0. Anyone, can I get on with it? What are these people all creep about? Who's that? Who's that? Yes. Bands a bear. Whose voice plays him in Ukraine? The president, isn't that amazing? Yeah, he doesn't live with his birth parents. The Browns are not bears, okay? That's a clue. Couple more seconds. Oh, yes, who's he? John Lennon. Who did he live with? Who's she? Oh, yes, Junior, you're too young. Are you too young? No. Yeah, you too young? Auntie Mimi. Not you, sir, you're not too young. Auntie Mimi. He lived with Auntie Mimi after his parents were killed. Who are those people? Superheroes. Do any of them live with their mum and dad? No, there's a theme. Have you spotted the theme, folks? If you want to be a superhero, you have to be orphaned, which isn't very nice, is it? If we go to the next slide, Princess Leia. Oh, who was their dad? Boo, somebody boo. Who their dad was? Darth Vader. Difficult relationship, I think we can say. Never found out who their mum was, really, did we? Or did we? I haven't watched them all. Anyway, and they fancied each other at the beginning. Princesses. Never, ever be a princess in a Disney movie. It means your parents have had a terrible death. You have to go and live with dwarfs in the woods. It's awful. Attachment disorder is terrible. But these people become heroes. And there's maybe the biggest orphan hero of them all. He lives under the stairs. Where? Well done, madam. Does he live with his mum and dad? No, he lives with a sort of corpulent uncle who's horrible and a nasty aunt. All over our culture, there are kids who don't live with their mum and dad. James Bond, I could have chosen another one and chose him. I think we find out in Skyfall, or maybe earlier, he's an orphan, his mum and dad are killed, which gives him, I could go into this in great depth, but it means he can kill you or have sex with you, and he doesn't care. So anyway, what happens is, my wife said to me, I'm being facetious, I can't help it, my wife said to me in 2011, should we go and find out about fostering? And I went, why not, like a date? We went out, found out, and we found out more about how you become a foster carer, and we told our birth kids, we don't call them birth kids at home, we just go, kids, do you know what I mean? And we said, right, we're going to become foster carers. We went on a course, we filled in a massive form about this, it's not a form, it's a book. It's about 100 pages long. And then, so 10 years later, 11 years later, I thought, what difference have we made? There's me, and that's my brother, and I'm going to cry during this, by the way, I can already tell. That's me as a baby. We fostered a baby, only 4 days, but with us he was safe. We changed his nappy, we fed him. This kid, he was so cool. Every morning he would say, put my shoes on. They're all foster kids, okay, that's why you can't see the faces, I'm not allowed to do that. Every morning, put my shoes on, because he didn't want to leave the house because he was scared. And then one day I said to my wife, have you noticed? He's put his shoes on in the morning, and he learned to be safe enough to leave the house and come home. Just Velcro, he couldn't do the laces. And then the one on the left, the kid on the left, this is the phone that got smashed. That happens a lot in our house. A lot. The kid on the left is a birth child, and he took a little foster kid to school one day. This is a great one. One kid used to have these massive tantrums, really smashed the place up. I know that's not a good advert for fostering, but it happens. One day he was kicking off, and there was some orange squash, so blackcurrant on the table, and he went, ugh! And I thought, oh no, this is going to be a big mess. And he put the lid on, tightened it, and then he launched it across the room. That's progress. You are regulating yourself. Same kid, if you know that's Penny Lane, it's Colin Rimmer's shop, it's been there since 1963. This kid went to that shop every day and he never wanted to speak to the shopkeeper, but once he bought some Space Invaders. Then, the same kid, one night, he made pancakes for the whole family without setting off the fire alarm. I know, he was like, well done kid, and he tried to do the washing up. Now this is a beautiful story, the kid on the left that I've given a really bad beard to. He lived with us when Chelsea won the Champions League in 2012, and I watched it with him. And he was from a country in Eastern Europe, I'm not going to tell you because it's got a happy end, called Moldova. And when he left us, I gave him that shirt. And we lost total contact with him. Total contact. 9 years later, Chelsea won the Champions League again in May. And I put on Instagram, hope you're okay. Don't cry. Hope you're okay, lad. Didn't know where he was. It literally didn't mention his name. 3 hours later, ping on the phone. Phil, it's me. It's George. I'm all right. I'm at university. Oh, makes his girlfriend. Anyway, you get crying out of this one. One little kid's been dead quiet. When the kid's been quiet, not like that one, you're always a bit worried. And he was really quiet, and then I found him in a lounge, covered in glass. He'd smashed a family photo, and he'd added himself. So that one, we adopted. That's gone really quickly. If you want to know... Oh. No, sorry. So that one we adopted, and if you want to find out more about fostering, I do work for the council like a foster promoter person sometimes. You know that little kid I mentioned that went to Moldova? I found out extra thing about today. I am really a teacher, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and I was doing a parents' evening yesterday on Zoom as the teacher, and this kid I could see and their mum, I could see that they were using the laptop for a primary school. I went, do you work at a primary school? It's in kind of South Liverpool. And the mum went, yeah. And I went, have you been there a long time? She went, yeah, I have. And I went, I know this has got nothing to do with your daughter, so forget about that. Can you just go? And I said, did you work there in 2012? She went, yeah, I did. I went, do you remember a kid called George? And she went, foster kid. I went, yeah, we were his foster carers. And she said, oh yeah, I remember him. So I messaged him this evening going, I found one of your old teachers. Do you want to be linked up? Because this kid, he went into care in shock. You know, he literally left the house in the morning. His mum got ill, and by 3 in the afternoon, he was living with strangers and living with us. And I went, I can find your old teachers. You can find out and piece together all those things that the rest of us take for granted. And he goes, oh, I'd love to do that, Phil. I went, I'm not an expert at many things. I could look after kids. If you like to foster, have a good time. If you'd like to foster, or if you'd just like to hear more stories, go on my website called Foster and Adoption with Phil. That's the best I could come up with. Thank you very much!